Hey everybody, this is Matt from Matt Watches Chalk, and I know a lot of you guys are going into your first year of college. Now, going to your first year of college or any university is ultimately a pretty scary thing, and whenever you go to anyone and ask them what it's like and ask for help, they basically all tell you the same exact things, which for the most part aren't really useful at all. So I'm going into my junior year of college, and I'm going to tell you guys what's what, and what you really need to know before you go, and what I wish I knew going in as a freshman. First off, let me talk about the bookstore. Never buy anything from the school bookstore. Now, this might be confusing to you guys in high school since you usually have your books provided to you by the school, but you gotta get rid of that mentality fast. Essentially, the school bookstore's book prices are just through the roof for just the convenience of having a bookstore so close to you to quickly get your books. I mean, there's a few exceptions to this rule, like if you need an online code you can only buy at the store, if there's a special portfolio packet you need at the bookstore, or some weird stuff that they always pull on you, but 95% of the time you should buy your books online. Now, bookstores like to do something like they'll say, oh, you can get a book pre-owned and trade it in for this much. Guarantee you can get pre-owned even cheaper online and trade it in for even more value online. I once saw a friend of mine, he had like 5 textbooks that stacked up this high. He went to the counter at the bookstore to trade them in. He got $10. It's like GameStop, but worse. I highly, highly recommend bigwords.com. It searches all the major textbook sites and shows you where the best places to buy or sell a book are. Personally, reselling a book, I just usually go through Amazon because Amazon credit's just basically as good as cash nowadays anyway. Now, let me tell you about another scam that the bookstore tries to pull. Renting books. This might seem like a great idea. A $200 textbook, and you can rent it for a semester for 30 bucks. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this scenario. First off, never rent a textbook. Let's put it like this. What if you fail your class that you rented the textbook for? And now you're probably thinking, oh, I'm not gonna fail any class. Psh, nobody ever goes into a class planning to fail. Now, if you do go into the class and you fail, then you have to either rent or buy that textbook again for the next semester. Another thing a lot of high school kids don't know going into colleges, you might end up using the same book for 2 classes, sometimes 3 classes. A lot of the time, your Calc 2 book is still your Calc 1 book. So if you rent from the bookstore, you only have it for that 1 semester, and then the next semester, oh, I need the same book again, I had no idea. So renting is just a double-ended sword and it's horrible. And half the time, when you trade your pre-owned book back in for actual value, you can actually save more than renting a book would do for you. Hopefully you didn't buy your books yet, because the next tip I have for you is never buy your textbook until after the first day of class. Now, this one you're probably wondering why that is. Easy. A lot of the times the school website will show you just the list of books that is needed traditionally for a class. But the problem is, a lot of the times the teachers aren't the ones making these lists. So you can go into class with your $90 textbook and then have the teacher say you don't need it, and you have no way to return it, and you're out $90. Yeah, that happened to me once. The only exception to this rule is if a teacher emails you in advance specifically telling you you need your textbook on the first day. And if you do need it the first day and the teacher tries to bitch you out for it, just tell them straight up, it's still in the mail. I mean, there's really nothing they can say to that. It's the first day of class, it's still in the mail. Teachers, for some reason, thinks that textbooks will take a month to get to you. Odds are you'll probably get it within a week of ordering it. Now, if this for some reason is going to screw you over, a lot of the times the on-campus library or bookstore will have copies of the book that you can just sit down and read there. So you can do that for the time being while you're waiting for your book to come in the mail. Also, a lot of textbook websites have preview pages of the first couple chapters, so that you can also use that for the time being while you're waiting for your actual book to arrive. Also, before you're going to buy a book on any website, go to retailmenot.com, enter in the name of the site, and see if you can get some sort of discount. A lot of the time you can get like 15% off or free shipping or something cool like that. Huge concern for most incoming college freshmen is making friends and your roommate. Now, I'm gonna be honest here, the first week you're at school is by far the easiest week to ever make friends you will ever have in your entire life, because it's just a bunch of people who wants to be friends with everyone. Usually what someone ends up doing is they'll end up making a Facebook group for all the accepted kids in the incoming class of 2016, and it'll be like incoming class of 2016 list. of people, and it'll just be a list of people, and you can make so many friends on there, to the point where I was walking around campus one day on the first week of school, some girl just walks up to me and just screams in my face, "I met you from Facebook!" So it's mind-numbingly easy to make friends, to the point where you can just walk up to anyone and they'll most likely be very open to talking to you. Now, as for the whole roommate thing, odds are you're going to like your roommate, just because both of you want to like your roommate so much that you're going to try to find something in common. So for the while, they're going to be your best friends ever. It's going to be later down the line that they hate you, and even then, if they do start to hate you, there's room swap options, and there's still, end up knowing so many other people on campus that you can spend most of your time in other rooms and talking to other people, to the point where your roommate isn't even that big of a deal. Because if your roommate is that big of a deal, odds are you just ignore each other and don't say anything to each other, and then no harm done. Next bit's about partying, because everyone thinks college is like Animal House. Parties typically only take place Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the 3 standard days. But be smart about it. If you have an 8 a.m. Friday morning class, don't go out Thursday night. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. Because usually parties let out around 3 a.m. You're gonna get back like after 4 or something. You're gonna think it's a good idea to start eating shit because you have artificial munchies from alcohol for whatever reason, and then you're gonna end up getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep for a class the next day. You might still be drunk by the time you wake up. It's a horrible idea. Now, if you don't have a Friday morning class, or it's this Friday or Saturday night, I'm gonna just say this: never pay more than $5 for a party, or you're getting ripped off and it's not even worth it. Party hopping is a stupid way to lose a lot of money really easily. Don't try to just walk into parties holding a red cup saying you were already there, because that's a good way to get the shit beat out of you. And let's face it, in the grand scheme of things, $5 for drink all you want isn't a bad deal. Now, as for picking a good house to party at, here's my quick tips. If you can hear the music clearly from outside the house, 9 times out of 10 that house is going to be busted, so you don't want anything to do with that. If you can tell the house is clearly and overly crowded, you're going to end up spending like 20 minutes waiting in line just to fill up your cup, and then you're not even going to be able to stay topped off by the end of the night, just because of the sheer amount of people that's there trying to all get drunk at the same time, and then they're out of beer and then you're not even drunk to start. Also, if you're in a loud dorm room, use the library. It's pretty much your best friend. Now, I don't want to be too controlling of you guys, so that's basically all the quick tips I wanted to give you guys. If you have any other tips for each other, leave comments in the comment section below. I'm going to be making another video about how to pick the best possible college for you. It's going to be on this channel, youtube.com/MattWatchesChalk, probably in a couple weeks. So that way it's actually on time this time. I swear it's actually coming. And if you saw this video before, or a video similar to it, it's because I made a video exactly like this using pretty similar tips. But that video was over 16 minutes long and very poorly done, so I redid it because I'm better at editing now. Also, I got a fun little lens to use in the future for all my new videos, so once I get a mic that will reduce the echo, because I don't really want to use this internal one, we're going to start using this guy. And that's basically it for me. I've been Matt Goldsman. Check out more videos, youtube.com/MattWatchesChalk. If you like gaming videos, youtube.com/GamersCast. I'll catch you guys next time.